Hi, I'm Kimberly and I went through over a decade of severe chronic illness and have been sharing my story here online, prompting people to ask, well, how the heck did you heal yourself? Today we're going to talk specifically about breath work and 4 different types that I use in order to heal. I'll have specific videos on each one linked down below. But we'll go through them briefly here to show what they are and how they can work. So the first one, Wim Hof breathing. So this breath work was something that I used tremendously, especially in tandem with brain retraining. The reason for that is it's an alkalizing breath. It's a breath that brings in a ton of oxygen and allows your body to go into this intentional alkalosis state, a state where it can then reprogram itself. I was able to do this breath work and train myself out of food allergies, multiple chemical sensitivity, light sensitivity, sound sensitivity, so many different things. And it's something people have been asking, well, isn't that putting you into a sympathetic state, a fight or flight state, instead of putting you into a parasympathetic? Yes, your body is temporarily, intentionally going into this sympathetic state, this fight or flight mode. However, in this mode, you're going into that reptilian brain, that deep part of the brain, and allowing the body to say, wait a minute, hold on. I need to survive here and now. I cannot work on the old programs, the old neural pathways that I used to work on, and I have to be present here in this moment. So it stops doing those programs that it was doing before. Now this is what I was able to use to help as a pattern interrupter for brain retraining, so that I was no longer experiencing the food allergies and the other things that I mentioned. I had a very specific way of doing this, which I will share in the video link down below. Now, Wim Hof breathing, if you're not familiar with it, is typically 30 breaths in, where you're intentionally bringing that breath work in and out of the breath in and out of the body powerfully, allowing tons of oxygen to flood the system, and that's what puts it into that alkalosis state. I'm sure you've heard of alkaline diets and alkaline other things. This is using that free resource of breath, especially when your system's really sensitive, like mine was, and it couldn't tolerate food, in order to stop that programming, alkalize the body, and bring down the responses like histamine that the body could be producing unnecessarily or unbeneficially. This has been just a tremendous practice. Highly recommend checking it out for you and just see if this is something that could work for you. Again, I will talk about in a separate video exactly how I use this. Next breath work is 4, 7, 8. This breath work is one to help calm the system down. So this is going to help put the body into a parasympathetic state. This is 4 breaths in, 7 breath hold, 8 breath exhale. So when we are exhaling at a longer span of time than we are inhaling, then that allows that body to calm down and go into that parasympathetic state. I use this / will use this if I am having trouble sleeping, or if I am feeling a lot of anxiety, if I'm needing to soothe the system down. Video link down below for this one as well. Next breath work is 5-5-5 breath work. So this one I mostly just used in order to center myself, to just bring my attention to my body, to my awareness. Is something super easy. It's an equal inhale of 5, hold of 5, and exhale of 5. So it's super simple to just do, where you don't really have to be counting the breaths. If you're in a doctor's office, if you're in a place of crowded people, if you're trying to study or to focus on something, it can help. You're just kind of keeping it at a calm level, just something to center, just something to bring focus to the breath and just ease the system a little bit. So this one was something that I would just do when I was having trouble counting the days where my mind was just going everywhere, or I was in a place with other things going on. It was just something really, really easy for me to focus on that, bring myself back, my attention back to my breath, bring myself back to my body, bring myself back to the present moment. Video link below for this breath work as well. The last breath is fire breathing. So you, first of all, do not want to do this breath work if you are pregnant or if you are on your menstrual cycle. I would just do this when I was trying to bring heat into my body, especially when I was having low temperatures and I was feeling really cold on a regular basis in the winter. It helps to just get things moving, get things flowing. It's like metabolizing, it's creating this like heat and this fire in the body, and so it's allowing things to activate. Now, if you're probably thinking, well, if I'm having a sympathetic state and I'm, you know, feeling like I need to go into a parasympathetic state, how is this going to benefit me? The reason that I used this breath was because if one, I was feeling extremely tired and fatigued, I could boost up my energy levels. You are bringing in that oxygen, you are allowing for transformations and shifts to happen. Sometimes we're just stuck. We're stuck in a state, and this can also be used as a pattern interrupter to help boost, you know, the energy. Allow yourself to create that fire, especially if you're having depression or fatigue, where you just feel like you can't get out. And this is all like, you know, marginally based on how you feel, giving it a try, seeing if this works for you. It was something that I was able to use to kind of get myself going and motivated sometimes, because when we're stuck, when we're in that fatigue and in that depression, the body is not experiencing fire. The body is experiencing a coldness, and that can just help to kind of spark it, just like lighting a fire. You know, it's like, okay, it might be cold and feel dead in the space, but then boom, you light that fire and something shifts. So it was just kind of to help me get out of states sometimes. Sometimes I would try it and it wasn't really the thing for me at the moment, but it was something that I was able to use to help if I was trying to bring focus to something, if I was trying to get my mind active, if I was trying to get my body going. That was something that was helpful for me. Check these 4 breathworks out. They're all linked down below with their separate videos. Again, as with any practices, as with anything, consult yourself first and foremost. Consult your doctors, your practitioners, see what is the right move for you, because all of these things are very, very individual, and they might be something that's great for you one day or one part of the day, and then not so great another day or another part of the day. But that's what's so cool about these practices. And when we have multiple tools in our toolbox like this, like these 4 different types of breathwork right here, is that we can pick from them and pull and say like, oh, well, what can I use right now? What is going to be the thing for me today? Let me know if you've tried these in the comments below. If something has worked for you or hasn't worked for you, please share, because other people might read that and go, oh, well, actually, you know, that might apply to me as well. So yes, I hope to see you guys in the other videos. If there's something you would like to give a try or just like to watch and see how it unfolds, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.